Well, looks like Dragon Ball Super Chapter 70 dropped a little earlier than expected, so let's talk about it. So we start the chapter off with Granolah and the dragon discussing wishes. As we remember from the last chapter, Granolah wanted to become the strongest warrior in the universe. So the dragon tells him that he can make him stronger, but he doesn't have the power to make him become the strongest. And this was to be expected as he was only a 2-star dragon, and as we can see, a lot smaller than the other dragons we've seen in the past. Though he does mention there is another way. Granolah would have to agree to some conditions to make it possible. Granolah without hesitation agrees to these terms, and we can go over all those stipulations in a few minutes as they go over it toward the end of the chapter. We jump to Goku and Vegeta continuing their training, and Vegeta is trying to master the destruction technique as he tries to crush a little pebble, but keeps relying on his ki energy to do it. Goku's looking a little jealous, seeing all the commotion with explosions going on over there, but he does want to keep polishing Ultra Instinct. But in my opinion, I'd say God of Destruction would be a lot more fun to master, as Ultra Instinct would take an incredible amount of focus to achieve. And as we can see, it definitely is more boring to watch. The Oracle mentions that the strongest warrior will emerge soon, and of course Vegeta immediately appears in front of the Oracle and shows his finger with the pebble on it, and using the destruction technique. This was honestly quite impressive, since just moments ago Vegeta couldn't do it at all, and now is demonstrating progress. So he's definitely leveling up quickly here, and potentially closing that massive gap between Goku and Vegeta. But at the moment, it still seems like a long way to go. Though I think we can all agree the Oracle was definitely referring to Granolah, because we cut back to Granolah and now he looks like a Super Saiyan 3 with super long hair. And for a moment, I was wondering if he did in fact obtain Saiyan powers, and maybe this was part of the stipulations. Though we do notice this isn't the case, and his hair simply grew longer as we see him cut it back to the way it was. We do get to see him test these new abilities of his, and he appears to be a lot stronger than before, and the Elder Namekian realizes what Granolah did and knows that Granolah must have paid a hefty price to achieve this level of strength. But we still don't know what that stipulation was. Monado does bring up a good point though, and that even if the dragon did grant him the wish to being the strongest today, it doesn't mean he will be the strongest tomorrow. So as we know, his singular goal is to defeat Frieza, and he will do anything to achieve that goal. So he heads to the Heater's base and wants to know where Frieza is located. They think he's lost his mind, and rightfully so, when just a few days ago they knew he wasn't a match for Frieza. Then just walks right in and says he can defeat him no problem. So they test his strength, and Granolah makes Oil seem like a child. But they managed to get the information they wanted anyway, which was confirming the Dragon Balls did in fact make Granolah stronger, and made him become the strongest in the universe. This is where we finally learn what exactly happened with the wish, and Granolah tells them that he gave up 150 years of his remaining life in exchange for that power. They mention that Granolah is around 50 years old right now, which is quite impressive. He doesn't look 50, but kinda crazy that Ceruleans have a little more than double the lifespan of humans and Saiyans. Also, to recap, Saiyans don't live longer than humans, they simply keep their youth longer, then age more rapidly later in life, just in case someone wanted to bring that up in the comments. So the dragon explains that with Granolah's potential, he can multiply his current strength by condensing any and all power he could have accumulated in his lifetime and give it to him right now. So he asks the dragon how much time he would have left if he accepts this wish. He would only have 3 years left to live. That's a hefty price to pay. I definitely would not accept those terms, but I'd like to know if you would accept those terms. Would you only live 3 more years to have that level of strength? Let me know in the comments. This also explains why his hair grew. It obviously had nothing to do with Super Saiyan 3 and was simply because he gained 150 years of experience in seconds. If I had to guess, the hair being that length was really just to throw us off and to make us potentially think that he did obtain some kind of Saiyan power. So I do think that Toyotaro was just being a little sneaky there. So the Heaters now have the information they wanted and know how he gained that power. But they don't want Frieza dead just yet, so they are aware of Goku and Vegeta and want to point Granolah in their direction to have the 3 of them fight it out and have the Saiyans kill Granolah. So that's how the chapter ends, and finally Granolah will be crossing paths with Goku and Vegeta in the next chapter, and we do get to see if Granolah indeed is the strongest in the universe, currently anyway. Now, I am wondering if that is the case, and if even Ultra Instinct can defeat Granolah at the moment. I'm really curious to see how that will all play out. I know Vegeta's God of Destruction powers aren't quite ready just yet, but maybe by the next chapter they'll give him a bit of a time jump and he will have made more progress. I'm overall pretty happy with how this series has been churning out, and I liked how the transition from the Moro arc to this new arc was implemented with the use of 7-3. I think this has been the best use of a previous arc into the current arc that I'm aware of, except maybe the Saiyan arc into the Frieza arc, as that felt like a natural progression as well. But this has been overall really great, and I love what they've done with Granolah and his story arc, and really giving him that time to progress in the last several chapters. So how do you feel about Granolah, and do you think he is going to wipe the floor with Goku and Vegeta, even with Ultra Instinct? Or do you think maybe they will simply fight for a while, then learn that his real enemy is Frieza, and then change the focus away from Vegeta and Goku? Let me know in the comments. So don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, as it really helps this channel and the community I'm trying to build grow. And other than that, I will be dropping another video this Saturday, so make sure to hit that notification bell as well. That's it for this one. I'll see you in the next video.